Each year, over 4 million students begin their freshman year of high school. And out of that 4 million students, around 40% of them do not have an older sibling to look up to for helpful advice. And while yes, you can always ask your parents for tips and tricks, high school has changed a lot since they were attending. So having someone to talk to that has experienced high school right here, right now, is unbelievably beneficial. Luckily, I've been blessed with a wonderful older sister who knows the ins and outs of high school. So today, I, Mila Lucchini, will be interviewing my sister, Natalia Lucchini, on her high school experience, where she'll be sharing some valuable words of wisdom and advice. To begin, let's start off with some basic facts. Age, grade, any other relevant information?
Well, I just turned 16 and I just finished my sophomore year of high school and I'm going to be an incoming junior. And I'm really excited because I'll be an upperclassman this year.
Ooh, fun. Well, you're halfway through. Well done. Well, as you reach the halfway point of middle school, teachers begin to talk more and more about high school preparations. A common notion is that the high school workload is much heavier than the workload of an average middle schooler. Having experienced both, do you think high school has a higher workload than middle school?
Well, for myself, as a student who is in advanced classes, I found that my workload from middle school compared to high school is about equal.
About equal, wow, I really did not expect that. You know, another common theme I hear among middle school teachers is that the high school teachers are stricter. For example, if I was a middle schooler talking in class when I should have been listening, the teachers would say something along the lines of, "Oh, well, in high school, they're not going to let that fly," or "When you're in high school, you're not going to get away with that." So, do you find that to be true, that high school teachers are stricter than middle school teachers?
In my experience as a pretty well-behaved student, and observing my other classmates, I find that the teachers actually are less bothered by it than the middle school teachers and usually just ignore the misbehavior.
Okay, what about rules in general, like school rules? Do you think school
Right.
rules are less strict?
Yeah, I definitely think so. I think you can get away with more, definitely. I'm not speaking for myself personally, but you can you can just do more, you have more freedom to do what you want, and additionally you can have your phones out, which was a big difference from middle school.
Oh, you can have your phones out. That's fun.
Yes.
So you're saying you have both an equal amount of workload, but you also have some more freedom. You know, I think an important part of freedom is having some more choices. So can you list off some examples of choices that you have in high school that you wouldn't have in middle or elementary school?
Well, freshman year, I'm a student that's really interested in art, and freshman year, I was required as a prerequisite to take art foundations. But after I took that class, sophomore year, I was opened up to many different opportunities for art and took several different art courses that were very unique and tailored to what I liked. For example, mixed media, painting, and black and white photography. And all three classes were very different, and all three were classes I really enjoyed. And those kinds of opportunities aren't available for a lot of students. Like, for example, kids that are interested in orchestra and band. I know there's quite a few options for those students.
Wow. Yeah. Any other examples of choices that you could make?
Well, there's also lots of clubs.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think those are really cool.
So with more options for classes and clubs, you're almost guaranteed to be in classes without your normal friends. So
Yeah.
you'll have to make some new ones, you know.
Yeah.
So any tips for making new friends in high school?
Well, going back to what we were just talking about, I think clubs are a really cool way to meet new people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's nice. So, yes, the clubs. Can you tell us about some of the clubs that East High School offers you? Maybe give a few examples?
Sure. There's Art Honor Society, newspaper, Key Club, Best Buddies. There's the theater, which is just an entire group in and of itself. Um, I think there's a dance club. There's a lot of things to choose from.
What about some sports? Do you know about some of the sports at high school?
Well, there's swim and dive, soccer, tennis, track, cross country.
Sounds like a lot of
Football.
different sports.
Yeah, there's lots of choices: basketball, softball.
So, are you a member of any clubs at East?
Well, I'm in the National Art Honor Society. I'm in newspaper. What else? I think that's all I do.
What about sports?
Oh, and then that's what I found. Where I found my community within the school is through the sports I partake in. So I dive for the Wauwatosa East girls team.
Oh, you're wearing your dive shirt.
Yes, I am, and I also play lacrosse.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and that's how I've met a lot of my friends.
Oh, that's really nice. Okay, so tell me about your experience in these clubs. You can choose one or talk about more than one.
I'll talk about lacrosse. I started playing lacrosse in 8th grade, and it was the first sport I'd ever played. I really never had been in a team sport before, and that's where I got a lot of my confidence to play sports and to be a good teammate and player. And I played freshman year, and I was supposed to play sophomore year if it wasn't for the season being canceled.
Oh, okay. So you said you started in 8th grade. Was lacrosse offered through the high school?
Lacrosse is not offered. It is a part of the Wauwatosa School District, but it is a club sport.
Oh, okay. That's nice. So it seems to be there's a lot more options for clubs in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And with so many options, it could be a little bit overwhelming to find one or multiple that you'd be interested in. So do you have any advice for choosing clubs that you'd want to join?
I do actually. So, a great way to make friends is through clubs, but another way to stay connected with your old friends is to join clubs that they join. So let's say your friend is interested in volunteering. Join the volunteering club with them, because that way you'll still be able to spend time with your old friends, but you'll also be opening doors to meet new ones.
Oh, okay. That sounds really nice. Well, that will wrap up our interview. Today, I'm Mila Lucchini interviewed my sister, Natalia Lucchini. She compared high school to middle school, talked about some new choices you'll need to make, went over tips and tricks to make new friends, and told us about some clubs offered at East. Of course, her experiences will not align with every high schooler's, but it can still give you some general advice. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I just find high school to be a breeze.
Oh, a breeze? Well, that's a great place to end things. Thank you, Natalia.
Thank you.
All right.